Good morning everyone, welcome back to another episode of video review, unboxing from, we have here BiggestCraft. I just didn't want it to make a mistake. BiggestCraft, and this video should be number 3. It was a huge haul if you remember video number 1. And now I'm recording, it's Sunday 24th, and you should see this video on 28th. I'm trying to go ahead a little bit to prepare some video and also work on some Halloween projects. But today, no Halloween in here. We will have 4 gorgeous cross-stitch kits that is all flowers. So let's start from number 1, and we are going to do slowly, little by little. This one looks to me like a traditional flowers that I would see back in my country. I'm not sure who is the designer of this particular flowers, but it's definitely something that kind of old style, I would say. We have in here, it says fancied flowers, 14 count Ada, 26 by 29 centimeters. And here it is designed without packaging, so you can see beautiful image. And this one image particular would be very nice to stitch in beads, because it is partial, lots of background which is white, and the colors would be so vibrant and sparkle if you decide to bead this. Of course, with the threads, and I already see they have a beautiful threads in here. Very, very colorful. I don't know if you like this kind of style or not, but it's definitely something different. I think by now you already learned my style, what I like. Usually it's some stuff elegant or cottages or nature. Yeah, and I love flowers. I love them a lot. I like to grow them in my yard. And wild flowers I even sometimes like more than fancy flowers. So let's see what we have in here in a color wise, because it looks like a very easy to stitch, big like a strip of the same colors, doesn't have any like blends or something. And look at the printer, so nice and clean in here. And we have only 13 colors in here, so I think, you know what, for a 13 count, because when I ordered this image I did have in mind beads, and I know, you know, I love to bead. 13 colors, it's more likely possible to find in my stash. I have lots of different greens, I have yellow, I have some blues. Maybe with the reds would be, well, I have some kind of reds, matte and a shiny one, transparent one. I might well figure out and go through my beads and see if I can find enough beads to stitch, because this is 14 count Ada. The bead size 10 or 11 fit perfectly for this kind of canvases. Now I really love how this image looks like, so nice and crispy. Let's see the threads to go with it, because they are, look how nice and bright. I love when they put yellow, orange and red in a combo of it's like beautiful grading of the color, nice nice, how would I say the word? Okay, I'm having a moment in here, never mind. Let's move on. We have in here 2 needles, and of course very little of each color. Some of them mostly have like a 1 thread only, some of them 2, some of them 3 probably is the most in here, because it's not very big design. So definitely will be beautiful stitch in any way, or you know, with the threads or with the beads, or even combination of both, and that way you will have a beautiful and nice and vibrant design. Yeah, no, those threads are so pretty. And design, look how cute and nice and little. Look at that. It will be such a good project to work, especially for beginners. If you're a beginner and you just learning how to stitch on a printed canvas, Joy Sunday, I think it's the most easiest canvas to stitch because they always have such a beautiful, vibrant canvas printed, so it's easy to find color what you need, and then they have a beautiful visibility of the print symbols and numbers and DMC codes up there. Always have stitches on the top in here so you don't have fray fabric later, and design are very tiny. Even we have in here size in 26 by 29. If I can grab my measuring tape, we will see that this is much smaller. If I can start at least from the frame, or like this, where is the color last? It's a 10-18.5 this way, where we have design printed. And if I take it here from last stitch in here and go to the top, this is 21.5. So design are very tiny. You can stitch this in few days. Well, if I have, you know, usually I have on a go lots of different projects working at once. Maybe it will take me a little bit longer because I work a little bit here, a little bit there, diamond painting, cross stitch, beaten. But look at this, they have a number printed in here. Which number in here was 05. So then you look in here, 05, find your number, and the arrow even pointing which part you need to stitch with that color. Some color just right on the print itself, some pointed out. If it's little, it's like a tiny space, you can't really print number on it, so they just put arrow. Sometimes they do this, that's kind of recently they started to do this because I did not see that before. Very cute. So this was our very little project, the smallest one probably in this bunch, and it would be very easy to stitch. So if you are looking to learn and you want to start from something small, this is probably designed for you to start. And they have a huge selection at the store. Definitely you can find something for your own taste because we are all different, we like different stuff. But looks like you all like a lot my style in cross stitch, what I'm picking. And oh no, we have one more little tiny one. Look at this one. Let's see the preview first. Now this one is called Pink Flower, 14 count, 19 by 29. So if we say 19, it's going to be much smaller, so we can stitch this so fast. And it's a partial, of course. So if I go, because in here go all the way to the end, so I will measure from the frame of print. It's a 14.3, let's say 14.5 centimeters. Look how tiny that is. You can stitch so fast, plus you don't have to stitch all back around, and it's so easy. If this would be original design, it probably would be stitch shadow in here in a half stitch, which you definitely can stitch in a half stitch. But I think in this particular design, it's a full stitches. If we can look, yeah, I think look, showing here a full stitch. So far, I don't see any back stitch in here. Very vibrant flowers, and I believe it's penny. It says just the pink flowers, but definitely looks like a penny flowers. Beautiful. And how many colors do we have listed? Oh, beautiful colors in here. Look at this. And one page and a little bit on the other side because they're not fit. Always nice print. This one print not on the shiny paper, which is great. I like this better because visibility of the image better and no flare from the light of reflection on the one they have sometimes in shiny paper. Now we have 22 colors in here, which is great amount. By looking on design itself, there is not many colors in here involved, and it's a very pretty design. Very pretty design, very tiny. We have in here 2 needles as well, always 2 needles. And look at this, it's just like literally in here only have 2 threads of this pink, the rest of just the one thread of each color. That's how tiny design. And then here we have another, how many? Here is 2, 2, and 2, and a couple more colors of 2 threads. The rest of it's all in one. And look at the colors for this one. This 2 together looks so good. And that's our colors for this cross stitch. So as much as I like to work kind of on a big cross stitch project, and I have few of them in my whips, it is great to have something tiny that we can create much faster and like put to the side that it's done, and you feel so satisfied and proud of yourself that you finish. So this would be one of those projects that you want to create quick, maybe for somebody for a birthday present, or you know, somebody who don't like to stitch, don't know how to stitch, but they like cross stitch finished product on their wall in the house. That's a good gift for them. Now we have another 2 canvases. One of them, let's see which one bigger, we will see on the end. Kinda, well, I guess this one is bigger. Okay, so we will check now. We're gonna grow little by little. Another very gorgeous bouquet, and I see many other companies, brands using the same image. So that's interesting to see like how each company create their own pattern. But the design is absolutely stunning, and you will see in a minute. Let me just put something away a little bit so we don't mix the threads. And let me show you the design itself. This is a very, very beautiful bouquet of tulips. I love this variation of tulips in here. The image looks so clear and crisp, and how would I say, some kind of like an elegance screaming in it by looking at the glass vase. Then you can see tulips through the water up there. The way the shading done by the vase from flowers, shadow, everything in here very gentle kind of touch to me. Even those little tiny flowers that as of right now I cannot even tell what the name of them, but they just create some kind of like an extra airy and like open image. Love the tulips variation colors. And then I think we have up there forget me or not flowers, those blue one in the mix that give those little cute patches of different colors. And look at it, the vase looks like almost like real. Love it. Yeah, it looks kind of like a pixelated, but that's the style of design that the designer created. And I saw many different brands of this particular picture, and they all preview looks the same. So I guess that's what it is. Very simple with no much of the mixed colors. But let's see what we really have in here, because looks like this picture was taken from stitched project. No, maybe not. Maybe this is just a thumbnail from electronic program, because we don't see the fabric behind. So yes, maybe it's a computerized picture, not actual stitching. That's why it looks kind of a little bit like a pixelated. So let's see what we have in here. Very soft, beautiful colors, but see like difference in here, have this paper shiny. So if you stitch and you use this pattern booklet, then it's going to be like lots of reflection when you stitch at night. So that's why I like the other one that is just like a plain paper. But this one I guess work better if you wanna keep your pattern for a long time. This paper will survive a little bit longer. Now, where do we have our symbols? Our symbols we have in here. Okay, so we do have half stitch in here. Just the one color in half stitch. I wonder where that go. Number 9. Okay, so half stitches will go some of the colors on the bottom of the vase. And that's what I was talking about, the other image, that very often you can see designers create a half stitch for the shadow, and that create light reflective of the flowers, creating a shadow, not like in full stitch would be look heavy. In a light half stitch will look light and almost like real. So actually I'm glad they have here half stitch. And then we have in here full stitch in 35 colors. 35 colors. The design in here so pretty looking. Beautiful, beautiful flowers. I always like these flowers. I have this as a SXD. I always messed up. XSD. What's the file? Like PDF, and the other one. I always mixed up those letters together. So anyway, I have them both, so I can stitch in this or I can stitch in counted cross stitch. And the canvas, so definitely canvas a little bit bigger in here. Very nice and bright. Beautiful coloration, and look how much we don't have to stitch all this white part. So it's really bouquet. You can stitch like one element by one, like for example, to see quick, you can stitch just the one little, this flowers would be good indicator for the shading and how they look like, or even start from the bottom, from this. How do you, well, you know what, give me a comment. What's your favorite part to start cross stitch? Me, usually, I like to start on a right bottom corner and go kind of this way and this way. Sometimes if I review and I'm go after certain element because I want to see how this will look like to kind of report to you, I can start from any elements I decide I can create faster. But if I would do for myself, I would always go from this corner and go on. Some people like to start from the top, and maybe that's a better idea, because when you start from the top, then you're not rubbing off with your hands part that you already stitched on the bottom. And I'm really trying to kind of force myself to try more often to start from this corner and see if I will like it. I'm still testing, working on it. But look at this canvas, looks so gorgeous, so clean. Here is our symbol, crispy as could be, like a snow in a winter, crisp print, beautiful symbols, all different colors, printed canvas, excellent, big patches of the colors, which is kind of connect with each other, so will be no problem to stitch at all. And I like this little touch of the half stitch in here. I don't know if there are any half stitch somewhere in here around, but definitely like outlining on the very edge those lighter blue color. That's the outlining for the half stitch. Wonderful. Now, what else we can see in here? Of course, let's see our colors, because they are so beautiful. Look at that. Look at the gorgeous palette. Isn't that fantastic? Oh yeah. And then we go on another side. And more pretty, this baby pink, so pretty. Like in here, those other pinks in here. Oh, this is going to be gorgeous. Every time I do video review and I'm just like, oh, I really would love to start on it, and then it's sinking to me that, well, why don't you finish quickly those that you're already working on it? And to be honest, it's still kind of a week of Halloween project, and I'm really pushing myself to work only on Halloween stuff right now. And then don't forget, we are going to stitch all together. I believe it's 8 or 9 girls of us who have European town that I showed you in my unboxing video, and I show you already how much I stitch. So keep in mind, we will be working on that one soon as Halloween is done, and I will report to you my Halloween project, what I finish, how they look like, and we will go and work together on European town. That was a big canvas. So I would really love if more people join us, and maybe I will throw some giveaway on a way to work with those projects so we can have some more fun, right? Play some games, all right? So let me know who else have European town. It doesn't matter if it's accounted or printed, but of course it would be nice if you order one from the website that I did review. That would be really nice, and kind of appreciation to the company who sent me. Now one more flowers, but it's not exactly just the flowers, because in here we also have now I was chit-chatting. Did I tell you the size of this? I think I did. 14 count, no, I did not say, probably 14 count, 52 by 42, and it's called Tulip vase. All right, this one, Tulip vase. Now this one, before I forget, I will tell you that this is 31 by 57 centimeters, which make a bigger canvas, even if it's a more narrow, but it's taller. And 14 count Ada, and it's called Flowers and Apples. So we do have flowers in here, but also we have a fruit, where it's very look delicious. Look at that beauty. They are so looking juicy and crunchy. I can taste the juice of apples in my mouth right now. Now, you know what's interesting in here about this cross-stitch design? That when you have already this kind of apples, you don't have a blooms on the trees, okay? So this is definitely a funny picture, the way designer decided to produce, which sometimes when already like a fall time, sometimes I could see, like back home in my mom's garden, we would see some flowers in a tree bloom in few patches, like very late. There is like not possible to bloom for them, but in here is definitely funny because, like, you know, it's a lots of blooms up there, and you already see nice and ripe flower apples that's ready to eat. But for the design, it looks beautiful when you have apple blossoms and juicy fruit. Look how beautiful those leaves up there with many different greens and yellow colors. Apples look so shiny, the way the designer created colors combination. It looks like it's almost like, you know, you wipe and or wash your apple before you eat. Background, I hope they have some kind of maybe half stitch, because it would be beautiful with the half stitch to outline. So let's check it out, because I'm really interested to see how many colors we will have in here. And oh, that's the part that I kind of forgot to look. We have tons of backstitch in here, and that, my lovely viewers, will help you to create your cross stitch such a sharp and unique, like when you cross stitch and not using a back stitch. And I see so many cross stitchers, which is funny, because they would finish cross stitch and they decide they, you know, they don't like to do the back stitch, so they just do full stitch and frame picture. As so without back stitch, picture look like watercolor, nice and soft, changes from colors to colors. With the back stitch, it's like a new picture popping in your face. It's a sharp, every petals of the flowers, every stem of the branches looks very sharp and visible, and it's create very like a, you know, almost like a 3D image. So I do like to work with back stitch, and it's actually fun. Maybe a little getting lazy for us to, you know, like we think already, okay, we already stitched, now we have to go all the way again to the same points and stitch again. But trust me, that's what make picture look much better. My goodness, this apple looks so juicy and delicious. Okay, so we have in back stitch, we have only 3 colors in here, and full stitch 30 colors. So definitely we do not have half stitch in here, unless maybe on a different page. Nope, just the 6 pages of this booklet. Looks gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it. This is so pretty. Oh, I love, like, even this a little bit like a bendy paper. You see that? A little bother me. I love those pages to be so crispy, but that's okay. This booklet actually survived very, very nice shipping and everything. So now let's see. Oh, look how gorgeous threads in here for those apples. Look how beautiful and bright. Let's see threads first. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Gonna be apple blossoms in here, and of course some shades from here will go to our apples itself. The greenery leaves going to be such a beautiful shading and transition from shades light to dark. Look at this green. Nice. And then there's a more green on this side, and we have one little palette with the extra 2 shades of blue grayish kinda. Not, oh, that's for the background. Okay, that's for the oldest kind of shady area around the design. And then on this side, and one brown in here, and then we have more beautiful bright and more greens like that. So lots of green colors in here. This one beautiful is hiding. Look at this. Three different shades. Look how beautiful. Almost like a neon glowy color. And these 2 colors, I believe that's the one that we have an extra for them. And more. Lovely. What a beautiful colors in here, isn't it? Like, it's so happy colors. Very happy colors. Now let's see design. This panel is longer but very thin. And it's very interesting. You know what's interesting? Okay, like this. That it's print kinda created. I kinda didn't pay attention to here, but when it's printed in here, I see that's kinda, they decided to, like, I like in here the soft edge, and in here they went like all the way to the edge. So it's like chopped off design, right? Why they wouldn't do it same way soft and on this side? So definitely it feels like it's like a off center a little bit, which is not. That's the purpose of the design. The designer designed for it. And I would be like better if there would be like a rusty finish, same as in here, same as here, but that's okay. If you frame, you can frame it exactly as shown on a preview, right? Like your coordinating colors, or the matte would be like cover all the way to the edge. So in this side we have a little bit air, and here it's straight to the frame. But yeah, look at this, gorgeous. Same color in here for the background. Looks like a 1 shade only, which I think for me it's showing here 2 colors. If I look in here very, very close, okay, you see there's a 2 different colors for the background, like right in here in this part area. You see that? Now when I look in here, I see also 2 different symbols, but when I see on a pattern, I see only 1 color. So now I'm thinking, is a misprint again maybe on let me check. I'm going to confirm for you, because it's the same thing happened to me with the other design not long ago, remember, there was a white instead of colorful. Let me find this page, what I need for here. So in here we have R and S. So R, if I can find R, it's the number 26. So if I go 26 in here, okay, never mind. Never mind. I got it. I just got some blonde moments. Okay, so this is dark symbol. This is actual background. So here, that's the two colors. I thought it starts from here, from pink. All right, so we all good, all good. I scare myself, okay? I can. It's Halloween's coming, so it's a trick or treat, you know. So I trick myself, I guess. Oh, funny. All right, let's continue. Should we? There you go. Beautiful symbols printed. And if you like to see them all, let me just slowly stroll and stop so we can discover if we have any similarity. I think it looks good. And some in here. That's it. And this one is just full stitches. Doesn't say in here nothing about backstitch. So backstitch obviously in here, everything on this page. Yeah, so backstitch all explained in here, and of course on this pattern you will have to follow your book to create all your backstitching. All right, this is gorgeous. I think this apple is just so beautiful. It looks much better in like real when I'm looking at right now, because I can see actually this booklet and I can see very close have this apples. The apple is just so amazing in here, and I love the softness of those flowers. Look at it, the change of the colors. So beautiful. My goodness, this is gorgeous. And I don't even know now which one design I like more. Maybe we all try to figure out together on which design we like the best. Okay, this one for here. Now I'm gonna mix up my design. I hope I'm not. So before I mix something, let me just put this bag with the threads in here, and then we have one more for here. This flower is just a little bit more reminder of what we opened today with you, what we review with you, and I would love to hear from you to see which exactly design you liked in today's video review. I would love to thank your company for sending me this product to review for you, and I thank you very much for staying with me till the end. I always appreciate your comments and your input on a certain product. If you like it or you don't like it, I still like to hear. I like to hear if you have something to request maybe from the company, maybe you have in mind some new product that you would love to see in company store. I definitely can pass this message to them, and we'll see if magic can happen, and maybe they will add some new product to the store as well that you would love to see. All right, on this note, I wish you all have a good day. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video.